Hey guys, so welcome to another Lumine's Commander, and this is your transfer daily for keeping you guys up to date with the Chelsea transfer news. And there really hasn't been going on. There really hasn't been much going on. It's all about Sarri this minute. The last 3 days I haven't uploaded. Reason being, there's been barely any Chelsea transfer news to report you, and it's really the same thing that every day, journalists are coming out on Twitter saying, giving up reports and publications saying, oh, it's every day negotiations are ongoing, things are looking better, and there's nothing to report because I'll just be regurgitating what I've already said in other videos. I'll be saying, but I have some exclusive news. I have some further big updates. I've got basically got a reply from my source. I've got two massive stories, one from Savic from Atletico Madrid, that will be on the second part of the video, and the first part does regard Sarri and also a player from Napoli, Albiol. At the end of what I just report about how we're trying to engage in negotiations, I'll be giving you my thoughts on each story. Now let's get into it. Now the first story is Chelsea to offer 11 million euros for Sarri and Albiol from Napoli. Now basically, obviously my sources basically confirmed that the Italian news outlets are true, and Chelsea are very much interested in the services of Albiol being included for a deal for Sarri. Basically, ADL De Laurentiis has been delaying the deal up until now. He's basically demanding so much money, but Chelsea are thinking to offer 5 million euros for Sarri, as well as pay the release clause of Albiol, which is set to be around 6 million euros. The club feel like that this may be the key signing to Sarri and avoiding selling David Luiz, potentially, who is a personal favourite of Roman Abramovich. We all know that David Luiz is one of Roman Abramovich's admirers, and he doesn't want Luiz to go, which is the reason why we're trying to get Albiol instead. I'll give you my thoughts at the end of this story. The club see Albiol as a good backup defender, as likes of Zuma and David Luiz could still be sold, and he's a defensive favourite of Sarri and Chelsea. And the coach see the player as someone who can help players mould into the Sarri system without having to spend large amounts of money on high stars who the club aren't entirely keen on. Now that is a story, that's what my source has reported to me. Now I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on this transfer story. Now, when I first heard this, I was absolutely flabbergasted. I was shocked, Albiol is the last player we need at this football club. For me, I know I'm going to come across as harsh, I may come across as a bit rude, however, I do believe this strongly. Now, Albiol for me is a Spanish equivalent of Gary Cahill, who's 32 years old, who's got very little pace, and he's going to struggle in the Premier League. Look, he's got a 6 million euros release clause, so for a business perspective, for money perspective, this makes total sense. However, I don't see it from a footballing perspective. It makes no sense whatsoever. Why are we signing Albiol? We are stacked in centre-back. If you're going to sign a centre-back, at least sign a world-class centre-back. Fuck's sake. Like a Kalidou Koulibaly, not a Albiol. That's what I don't understand. This is once again being stingy and going for that cheap option, which is not what we need at the moment. We need to rebuild and we need to charge for the Premier League next season, because that's what Chelsea Football Club's target should be. We're not supposed to try and get top four. Our target is to win the Prem. I know it may be far-fetched, but if this is how we're trying to do business, this is how our expectations are, we ain't winning anything next season. And for me, it's a waste of money and a waste of time completely. Look, if Albiol comes, that's going to be the end of Kurt Zouma. Now, I rate Kurt Zouma highly, and he's much better than Albiol. So why are you spending 6 million euros to then get rid of Zouma? And Zuma's much younger, has more pace, stronger physically, and is a much better player compared to Albiol. It doesn't make sense. I don't care if he's worked under Sarri. Sarri can develop Zouma. That's what Sarri is there for. Sarri is one of the best managers in the world, who's there to make players and turn players into superstars. We've seen that in Empoli. We've seen that in Napoli. Yeah, he doesn't need Albiol to come over. He's 32. He's going to sit there and take his paycheck, go on the wages, and he's going to sit there as a waste of space. We're wasting money and we're wasting time. Invest that time and money into world-class players. This is the exact problem we had last season. Wasting money on below-average players, mediocre players, and wasting wages. Wasted time and wasted effort and wasted money. There is no need to sign Albiol whatsoever. He's not good enough, and for me, he's far too old to be a Chelsea centre-back. He's not going to start. He's going to be there as a backup. We don't need it. We're stacked in that position. Bring back Zouma. Don't bring back Albiol. This decision makes no sense to me whatsoever. Business I can kind of understand, but footballing perspective makes no utter sense to me. I don't see why we're trying to do this. I'd rather take a Zielinski, because Albiol is, halting to progression of youth such as Zouma, such as Christensen. I think it's totally wrong. We had this problem last season. I don't want the same problem this year. That's just my personal opinions. That's just my personal thoughts. I want you guys leave me in the comment section below your thoughts. Do you think Royal Albiol will be a good signing? Do you think that Zuma will go after the Albiol signing? But yeah, I'll be making a video on Zuma very soon. Now the second story is Savic. Now basically Chelsea have been heavily linked with Savic over the last couple of days. And basically Chelsea are in talks with Atletico Madrid to basically get Savic's signature, as well as Juventus, according to Sky Sports News and also my sources. So basically the club are looking for high quality replacements and see the 27-year-old Savic as the perfect cover or potential starter for next season. His value is around 40 million euros, and he's apparently, according to my sources, one of the top 20 highest valued defenders in football, which is hopefully a good sign. I'll give my thoughts, but basically I don't understand why are we looking at centre backs. This is the only transfer news that I've heard so far. We're going for centre backs. Centre backs is one of the positions that we're stacked in. We have about 5 centre backs. Why are we going for centre backs? There's other positions desperately need strengthening, but yet we're still going for centre backs. Number 2, Savic is a backup for Atletico Madrid. He's a backup for Jimenez and Diego Godin at Atletico Madrid. If he's a backup for Atletico Madrid, then in what planet is Mourinho on to think that he'll be good enough to start for Chelsea? It doesn't make sense. Once again, you're wasting money, you're wasting time. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but if it's true what my sources are saying, that his valuation is around 40 million euros, then for me it's not worth it, and there's no time bothering to even sign him. 40 million, that's nearly, you know, put 40 million plus a Cahill and get Koulibaly, who's 10 times the player of Savic. Now Savic, don't get me wrong, is a decent player and probably a decent backup, but we don't need backups. Like I mentioned, we're stacked in our centre-back position, and we have David Luiz, we have Gary Cahill, we have Kurt Zuma, we have Christensen, we have Rudiger. You know what I mean? We don't need more backup. We're already stacked in that position. I don't get why we're trying to get Savic. He's a good player, like I mentioned. He's 27, he's reaching his prime, but he's a backup for Atletico. If we try to sign Jimenez, I'll be all for it because he's a starter. Savic is a backup for Atletico, so therefore he'll be a backup for us. Is he good enough to start for us? Of course he isn't. He's going to be a backup. Like I mentioned, we don't need backups. We're already stacked in centre-back. We need to strengthen other positions that need strengthening badly. It's not very positive at the moment. I'm hoping in the next couple of days, Sarri will be announced hopefully in the next couple of days. But this is it. Basically, we're trying to offer 11 million euros plus to get Sarri. Albiol makes no footballing sense at all. But we'll have to wait and see that one. Make sure you stay tuned for the news and stuff. Stay tuned on this channel. I'll be uploading more on the updates on the Sarri situation and more transfer news. Transfer Daily will be back on tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Don't forget the notification bell so you're notified for every single video, every time I upload. Comment down below, do you think Royal Albiol would be a good signing? Do you agree with me? Do you think Kurt Zuma will leave? And do you think Savic is a good signing? Or do you think it's a wrong signing like me? But yeah, I'll see you for my next video, guys. Peace.